Looks like it's working. Alright, cool. What's up, lads and ladettes? How you guys doing? I hope you guys are doing fantastically well. So as you can see, a little bit of a fucking change, a little bit of a thingy. Got a camera cranking, which is nice. I need to get a new camera, so bear with the potato quality, at least for like a week or two. At least for like a week or two if you can. But I'm hoping to sort of fix that pretty soon. So, as you can tell from the title, I'm going to be talking about my plans for Entropia Universe, like, just going forward. Well, mainly next year. At the moment, my plans are to just deal with Mayhem, and then after Mayhem, that's when my plans actually take place. My time in Entropia Universe right now, it's all, it's just Mayhem and killing Exarosaurs. That's pretty much it. So, first, I just want to, I want to see if I can get you guys to do me a little bit of a favor. In the description, I'm leaving a link to a channel called Disciples of Alion. Now, Alion is someone that's in my society. He's someone that I've chatted to here and there, and he's someone that I've grabbed some knowledge off of, which is fantastic. But he's got less than 100 subs right now, but a lot of his videos are, like, absolute bangers when it comes to Entropia Universe. So if you're looking for more Entropia Universe content, I recommend subscribing to Disciples of Alion. Currently, he's doing something called the Arcadian Snowball Principle, which is something that I've kind of, I haven't preached the exact thing, but I have sort of said, if you do the free-to-play stuff over time, it's going to snowball. And then in a recent video, he shows a global that he got while hunting the menorahs on the Arcadia Moon, doing the Arcadian Snowball Principle. And it kind of proves a little bit of a point that global can happen at any point. And, I've said in the past that if you're doing the free-to-play thing, and you've got a system going, and you get something like a big global, I always recommend doing one of two things. Either invest your global in new equipment that will make your time easier, like rings or, whatever, or putting it into actual investment, like, deeds and shares and things like that, because over time it will make a difference, but that's just what I do. Anyway, I would like to see him get up to above 200 subs by the end of the year. It'll just make me a little bit happy knowing that I've, put someone in the spotlight. It'd be nice to see a channel that I like grow. So, if you can, just go and check him out. So, while I talk about the old stuff that I'm going to be doing over the next, year or so, I figured I'm just going to do a little bit of an Exarosaur hunt. And for those of you that are wondering, I am, I've just got like 150 PED. I'm not using 150 PED in this video. This is just kind of, I'm playing while I talk, so you guys know how it rolls. I'm just talking while I play, all that good shit. And the Exarosaurs are one of my favorite mobs to, like, low-level mobs to hunt on Calypso at the moment. They got some decent markup stuff. And yeah, it just works. I seem to get a decent overall return on, like, TT value, and then a decent markup value return, so it's always a good thing. So yeah, that's why I'm kind of doing it. I don't really need to track it too much, because I have set numbers, right? So I've got a set laceration chip starting at 16 PED, and I have 150 PED worth of universal ammunition. As long as you're kind of like, as long as you know what you start out with, so I'm starting out with 166 PED worth of crap, and then I'm going to see where I stand at the end TT value-wise, after cycling through a bunch of shrapnel, and and then I'll figure out what I'm going to have markup wise, and I'm expecting to be ahead by a couple of PED, 2 or 3 PED. That's kind of what I'm expecting, but I could be wrong. I could just have a really shit run. I find that one in every 5 runs turn out really bad, but it all seems to average out in the long run anyway, so Doesn't really matter. So, next year is going to be an interesting year. Both for me and, both for me, like, IRL, and also for YouTube, and also for, the game. We've got, like, in 2023, they're kind of expecting to have a little bit of that Unreal 5, like the Unreal Entropia Unreal, whatever you want to call it. They're expecting to have a little bit of that cranking next year, which will be really cool. I have been doing the Mayhem stuff. I have wanted to get the Unreal tokens. I haven't gotten one. I've cycled a few thousand PED now, but I haven't received shit. Like zip. Like nothing. I haven't gotten anything. But I'm fairly certain it's, due to the category that I'm in, like, that I generally go in. It just hasn't been working out. But yeah, so right now I'm just focusing on the Mayhem at the moment, mainly to build up the tokens, also to build up the boxes. I got a little bit of inspiration from Raven Jade, because she uploaded a video either today or yes. I think she uploaded the video like today-ish, maybe. And it's always a treat whenever she uploads a video. The last one she uploaded was like 8 months ago, I think. I'm not entirely sure if she streams. If she does, I've never been able to catch one, but it is what it is, sadly. It is what it is. So, next year, 2023. When it comes to Entropia Universe, I've got a few things that I'm going to be sort of doing. Mainly, I'm going to be trying to get my hand on some rings, if I can. Now, a good thing is, potentially, I'm going to have some work next year as well, so I'm going to have extra income. Extra income means, extra bankroll, And at the moment, I'm not really spending my money on much other than Entropia Universe, but even then, I'm not spending a whole lot of money on Entropia. It's times are tough, but I've been a little bit more restrictive with my spending, if that makes any sense. I've had other things that I've needed to pay for, plus this time of year, you got Christmas, I've also got a bunch of people that are having birthdays around this time of year. It's just an expensive time of year. However, next year, I'm hoping a job opportunity works out for me, and I will be, at least employed part-time, which will be really cool. Whether or not it works out that way, I have no idea. I'm hoping it does, but I'm obviously not going to hold my breath. I mean, if it happens, then, fantastic. But if not, I'm not going to beat myself up about it. It is what it is, sort of thing. But there's a couple of things that I will be doing next year when it comes to my avatar, when it comes to the game in general. One of the things that I'm probably not going to do at all until I've completed a couple of things is I'm not going to be investing in deeds and shares. Now, the reason why I don't want to invest in deeds and shares yet is because there's too much that I feel that I need to do with my avatar first. One of those things is increase my looter skill. I'm nearly up to level 30 in Animal Looter, which will give me Butchering, I believe. And then hopefully things will kind of go up from there. Now, from what I've been reading, I'm not 100% sure if this is 100% accurate. It's so difficult when it comes to some of the information that we have on certain things. According to someone who apparently works for Mindark, apparently the way the devs talk about the looting skills is the looting skill has an effect on your TT return value, not your loot composition. Very similar to the the efficiency parameter on a weapon. That percentage, I'll just demonstrate for those that don't know. This percentage here, according to Mindark, is a TT value modifier. So the TT value of your loot, it's apparently a modifier, and apparently so is your looting professions. It is a modifier for whatever mobs you're hunting at the time. So right now I only have, my level is 29. So I want to try to increase my looter skill as much as I can. And that's another reason why I'm hunting Exarosaurs, is because Exarosaurs are one of the mobs that I have up to rank 25, right? And when you get a mob up to rank 25, you get to do like this repeatable thing. As far as I'm aware, I believe this is repeatable, right? This is, as far as I'm aware. If I'm wrong about this, please comment down below and let me know that I'm wrong. But, or confirm that yes, this is a repeatable thing. But one of the things that I want to get up is things like my... Where is it? My alertness, I think. I believe it's my alertness. But also things like my anatomy and a couple of other things. Essentially things that increase my... I believe... Things that increase my... my animal looting profession. Hold on, I'm just going to double check. Alright, so these are the things that affect... let me just bring it back up. These are the things that affect the animal looter profession, right? And this is essentially the stuff that I've seen. This Ludwig from Mindark. The only official word on looter profession so far is that I have confirmed with the dev team that the loot profession only affects loot returns as stated in the release notes, not loot composition. Whether or not this is true, I don't know. I don't know. You know, you got to take what everything says, including what Mindark apparently says, with a grain of salt. But these are the things that affect the animal looter. So things like alertness, analysis, anatomy. But alertness and anatomy are pretty close. Then you've got skinning, which is the biggest one. And then you've got butchering, which is the next highest one. So once I get to level 30, you know, I'll be able to, you know, start on the butchering. But there's also things like serendipity, perception, dexterity, biology, and all this other shit, right? All this other shit. So the idea is that eventually I'll be able to finish this repeatable rank a few times, and hopefully over the space of a year, get my looter profession up to over 50. That's kind of the initial goal. Get it all the way up to over 50, and then hopefully I'll have a little bit more of a... I might see a higher loot, like TT value loot return. And the other thing that I'm going to be doing is I'm also going to try to get my hands on an Easter 2022 ring. You might be wondering why an Easter 2022 ring, or I might try to find another ring that has attack speed and reload speed, critical damage increase, and an okay critical chance increase as well. Because I also want to increase my DPP. You know, your DPP is what dictates the loot composition. The cost to kill a mob is what dictates it. So if I'm able to, let's say I'm able to, on average, take the Exarosaurs here, and instead of spending around 20 PEC per kill, I'm able to take it down to 15 PEC per kill, which I think, as long as I'm getting okay and reliable critical hits, I think it could be possible. Especially if I'm able to get a higher DPP weapon. So, I'm also going to be looking at rings. So next year my plan is to increase my looting profession, increase my get decent rings, possibly even try to get Viceroy armor up to, you know, as high of an augmentation as I can, which I think is the modified. I think modified is the highest one, which will give, in a full set, will increase your evasions, like your evasion percentage, but also increase your critical chance by 1%. So, and it's about on par with Ghost Armor, thereabouts, with some of the main stuff. From what I've seen, you know, about on par. Don't take me at my exact sort of word. Do keep in mind that I use these terms like a roundabout and kind of not quite exactly. You know, I don't want to be splitting hairs here. It's just, these are things that I'm thinking about, okay? But I also want to get things like maybe the adjusted incision plates, or even try to buy the serpent scale, the upgrade, the modified serpent scales when they come out on the auction, to increase my I think it's my block chance. So increase my block chance, increase my evasion stuff, basically all that good shit, right? So I want to increase my defensive capabilities, I want to increase my DPP, using things like criticals and critical damage, and just generally getting a decent DPP weapon. But I also want to, want to increase my looter skill. So that's kind of the plan for next year. And all of these things essentially mean that I will not be able to really invest anything into like deeds and shares until I've done that, because every PED that I will have will essentially be going towards grinding these Exarosaurs and purchasing rings and equipment and upgrade pieces and all this stuff. All this stuff. And then, of course, I'll be doing Merry Mayhem next year, and I've decided that I'm only going to be doing one Mayhem, and that will probably be Merry Mayhem. Probably. I might change it to Easter Mayhem. I got no idea, man. I got no idea. You know me. I'm a bit of a not a loose cannon, but or aloof or whatever. I kind of just go with the flow. I do what I want. You know, I do what I want. So that's kind of my plans for next year. And that kind of brings us to the end of the video. Ooh, tier 2 components. I like getting tier 2 components. Let's look at the mix here. You know, we getting some Blazer, we're getting some tiering components and all that good stuff. Down about 18 PED there, and we got about 12. I'll see a decent couple of loots at some point, which will bring that up. But that's essentially what I'm going to be doing over the next however long. So, if you want to help me out, make sure you watch all the ads, because the stuff that I get from YouTube will be going into this to help me along. To help me along. Luckily, if I was to go for the Easter, like 2022 Easter ring, it's only around 3,000 PED. Which, in reality, for me, is not a whole hell of a lot. Not really. It's one of the more easier ones to get a hold of. You know, it just is. It just is. Hey, there's a 3.5 PED, or if I can get a couple more of those, I'll be laughing. But I'm going to be leaving it there for today, ladies and gents. I am going to be starting a Resident Evil 2 playthrough this week, so keep an eye out for that. Let me know what you think of the new style. Do you like it? Do you hate it? I don't know. Anyway, you'll take care, stay safe, and I'll see you all